What's up, you dirtbags? It's good to see you. Missed you guys. So, today's the first day. It's the first day. A once wise man. I was struggling a little bit. A wise man once said it's the beginning of the Wemby era. You know what I mean? Today is the preseason game against OKC. First, I wouldn't say real, but a first like official NBA game of Wemby's career. I am super excited, right? I think as most of us are, I think this is going to be a good measuring stick type of game. You know what I mean? It's not going to really mean anything, and I don't think that they're going to be doing anything too fancy or special or anything like that from like a play calling perspective, right? I don't think that they're going to be doing quadruple screening and running around and it's not going to be that serious. I think it's going to be real vanilla pick and roll, see how you kind of move around with some of the other guys on the team. I think a lot of the guys on the team are going to just be feeling, it's going to be a feel out type of game for a lot of guys. But I do think it's going to be like a measuring stick type of game for Wemby, right? So what do I mean by that? For Devin Vassell is straight, right? This is a warm-up game for Devin Vassell, right? He already knows kind of what his game is. He knows, who he is. He just got his check. He's straight, right? His money, his bread, right? Once your bread right, your head get right. You know what I'm saying? It's a weight off your shoulder. You can really kind of focus on some other things, right? Cool. Keldon Johnson is Keldon Johnson, right? I feel like people feel like he kind of took a step back a little bit, which I don't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? But I think Keldon being in a real role, like a real defined, like, hey, this is what you do. This is what we're gonna call on you for. Is gonna be really, really helpful. And he already knows, that man is fine, right? He's gonna come out. He's gonna do his thing, right? Trey Jones, right? A lot of these guys, right? I think Jeremy even. I think that they're gonna be a lot more calm, and I don't think that there's gonna be a lot riding on this game for them mentally, right? Type of situation. For Victor, I think it's gonna be a little bit different. Once again, I don't think that the front office or even himself are thinking about this game like a make or break, or like we gotta win it or anything like that, or he even has to play well per se. I just think I don't think that there are moral victories, but I do think there are mental victories, right? If you go out there this game, you play well in your first like official, real like NBA game type of thing, right? You play against, OKC, another team that is, I wouldn't say similar to the Spurs in play style per se, but similar to the Spurs in like where they are in their development process. And they have a lot of really, really young, good young guys. I think to be honest, the Spurs are maybe like a step behind, like that one little itty bitty step behind as far as like the amount of talent on the team, like the amount and the depth of that talent, right? I think we have more guys on our roster who are just like, oh shit, that dude could be somebody for real. But I think that they have guys who could be more somebodies, if that makes sense, right? The ceiling is higher for a Josh Giddey than it is for a Trey Jones type of thing, right? Which is not to say nothing about Trey Jones. I think he's going to do really, really well this year too. But you know what I mean. And so I say all that to say, I think for this game, mentally, I think if he goes out there, he plays well, he handles Chet the way Chet, the way I think that he will ultimately end up handling Chet, and can really kind of make sure that he kind of feels comfortable, and things like that, and has a game where he feels, like I said, he doesn't have to play well. I think it's more about a control thing. I think it's about like getting used to the pacing and getting used to the speed and being able to do the things that you expected to do. If the shot don't go in the hole, then that, that's something you can work on. But, it's really about doing the things that you want to do on the floor, right? And I think if you look at veterans or like, the players that we call, top tier scorers or whatever, they do what they want to do on the floor, right? They might, go 5 for 16 or 5 for 18 or whatever, but they went and they got their shots, right? And so I think that that's what we're kind of looking for from Wemby, right? I think sometimes he gets pushed off of his spot, or he gets, I think that he's still trying to figure out, like, how do I do the things that I want to do in this system right now. So I think for a lot of the other guys, they're going to be fine. They're not going to be thinking as much. And a win or a loss or them playing bad in this game or whatever isn't going to be as much of a mental loss to them as it would be to, the Wemby and the Wembys of the world, right? Chet even in this case. I think is in the same type of position where he's basically a rookie, right? This is basically his, one of his first, games. And so, yeah, like, same type of situation, right? You want to kind of, prove measuring stick wise, right? This is a guy that they're going to keep comparing me to because we have generally similar skill sets, right? Defensively, and then being able to kind of stretch the floor from three, things like that. Pass, a little bit of handle, that type of thing. And so, yeah, they're going to be linked forever. But yeah, like I'm dumb excited for this game. Like, dumb excited. I think that it'll be a lot of fun to watch, even if it's not, gonna be a coach versus coach scheming battle where we do a bunch of floppy plays and have people running through. Like, I don't think it's gonna be all that. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But of course, today being that day, I had to, hop online, take a look at, do my whole, internet digging thing that I be doing. You know what I'm saying? And just came across this post by Tom Petrini. Shout out Tom Petrini. Tom Petrini needs his own hand claps, you know what I'm saying, by himself. Tom Petrini is a real one. Like, he's solid in the Spurs community for sure. Active on Twitter, online, and stuff like that, which is dope. He used to, I remember my guy, he used to do live streams on freaking Periscope back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember what Periscope is. I barely remember what Periscope is. But yeah, it was like a live stream type deal. It was like Instagram Live, but like its own like app by itself type deal. And he would just hop on there, you know what I'm saying, and spit with us for a little hot second, just about whatever, like little stuff after games or like stuff he was excited to see, whatever. But yeah, he works for Kens 5 now. He has been for a little while, and Kens 5 is like the news station in San Antonio type vibe. And yeah, he works for them. So does really, really great work. His written work is really, really dope. But it looks like he now has a show coming out. So here, we're going to take a look at that real quick. The Wemby era begins, real dramatic with it. I rocks with it. Here's an hour-long special. I rock with it. To take you inside Spurs training camp from me and the whole team at Kens 5. Love. Kens 5 is solid. Kens 5 is dope. I think that they've done a really good job of kind of like Spurs media in general. I'll say this. Spurs media, I think, used to fit the old stars, right? It used to fit the Tim Duncans of the world and the Tony Parkers of the world and, that type of vibe, right? And that's nothing negative, right? Like, hard work and habits and consistency and caring about the people around you and like all like those foundational things were always a part of it and made me fall in love with it. It made you fall in love with it. So like none of that was ever an issue. But I do think that we have younger stars now, a younger audience and a younger vibe and a younger like all of that, right? Like, and I think that there was kind of this in-between period of time where the Spurs still felt old a little bit. No disrespect, but like, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. It's dope. I feel like there's been a lot more social media presence. I feel like there's been a lot more like, I don't know. It feels like there's a lot more stuff that's made for me in 2023 and not Tim Duncan and Tony Parker's people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, no disrespect. I love both of them, and both of them are fire, and I love everybody who loved Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. But I'm just saying, like, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I think Tom Petrini is kind of at the head of that movement, or definitely, you know, kind of helped start all of that. And so shout out him, funny dude. He's really, really dope. I love the fact that he's gone from, you know, me watching him on Periscope to him getting some real bread. Hopefully, yeah, I don't never know. I don't be counting nobody pockets, but hopefully you getting your bread, big dog. Shout out Tom Petrini. But yeah, we're gonna watch about 2 minutes of this. It was acting. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. It was acting weird on Twitter, so I'm gonna try to do it on the Kens 5 website type vibe. But yeah, man. Oh yeah. No, listen, I said it, and then so let's go ahead and do it for real. Oh boy, that John going slow already. That don't make me feel good. We're gonna go ahead and pop that up a little bit.
An alien has touched down in the Alamo City.
I realized that I don't even realize I'm a San Antonio Spur. You know, it's just crazy, and I'm just really excited. Happy to be here.
Facts, me too.
He's causing quite a stir. Yeah, I mean, you look.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing about that, right? It's crazy. In my life, right, where I felt like there was, where the Spurs were like a destination, right? Where it was somebody who had some like NBA clout, for real, who was like, oh yeah, I want to go to the Spurs, right? Like we had LaMarcus, right? And I love LaMarcus. I feel like people try to whatever about LaMarcus, but that man was dropping 40, doing over the shoulder fadeaway jumpers from the, like, you know what I mean? Like that man was nice, bro, and put the team on his back a lot of times, bro. Y'all better stop talking shit about LaMarcus. If I beat y'all up. But anyways, yeah, bro, like I never felt like there was a period in time where a player that wasn't drafted just, you know, and was a superstar just was gushing about the San Antonio Spurs for real, right? I feel like sometimes people be doing it because they want to, like, you know, oh, I'm a team player, I would play for the Spurs, you know, I'm okay with being coached hard, I'd be coached by Greg Pop. Like, stop lying. You and Greg would have personal beef had that man coached you for real. But anyways, yeah, I just, you know, I it feels good to have somebody who is the talent level of somebody like a Victor Wembanyama be really, really attached to the Spurs the way that the Spurs are ready to be attached to him, right? I think that, you know, we are probably we're the best fan base, right, in the NBA, as far as, you know, loyalty and holding it down and how hard, you know, we go for our team and all of that, right? Other than maybe the Knicks are like delusional. So like the Knicks fans be like, you know, I hope they get something soon. Like they deserve something soon because they hold it down like that hard. Like Knicks fans themselves are Cowboys fans. Like they hold it down hard. Y'all ain't James Dolan got y'all taking mean aggressive L's and y'all be holding on for dear life. Like, oh yeah, this the year we winning 3 championships in a row this one year. Like, okay, all right. All right. I also like Julius Randle, but no, like you're not going to, but whatever. Shout out Jalen Brunson though. Let me chill. Shout out Jalen Brunson. I y'all deserve, Knicks fans, shout out y'all. I'm a Cowboys fan, so you see the pain in my eyes, I see the pain in your eyes, for real. But anyways, yeah, like Spurs fans are the best fans, right? And so I think that, you know, Victor being reciprocal of that, not just understanding it, but also being reciprocal of that means a lot. Damn, we 16 seconds in. I'm gonna let Tom talk. Moppy.
You see somebody like that, you know that person has the ability to make your team
Facts.
more successful.
It's
Facts.
a different energy around here. I mean, I think we all know with Victor coming, it's been a different energy in San Antonio. I think we're all just ready to see it.
So, like, shout out here. We're going to go back one little step. Ooh, okay.
Team
Okay.
more successful.
Hold on. Let's get back. There you go. There you go. This is what I need. My boy Devin with this hairstyle. My man's, hey, hold up. My man said, I'm coming for y'all this year. He said, I'm coming for y'all this year. He done grew his hair out for real. He said, y'all finna see me. Shout out my guy. Salute. He said, I'm a multi-millionaire now, nigga. You better stop playing. You better stop playing with me, nigga. I love it.
With Victor coming, it's been a different energy in San Antonio. I think we're all just ready to see it.
Oh God.
He's pretty big time, so.
When an extraterrestrial lands
Oh, I ain't even mean to do all that. My B. That's on me. That was my fault. Oh man. Shout out Jeremy.
prepared for hordes of media and curious onlookers.
I think he took this video. I know he said he was like in the bar.
Not such
So I remember that. I think Tom Petrini said he was going to the bar that he was like, where is everybody? He tweeted, he was like, where is everybody watching the game at? Because I'm gonna pull up. I'm like, okay, all right. And then to see that video after the fact, I was like, okay, that was the vibe. I honestly, one of these days I took a video. One of these days I'm gonna post my reaction video. I think I have it on TikTok. Matter of fact, I think I got a little clip of it on TikTok. Matter of fact, but yeah, bro. I was also that excited, bro. And that's what I mean. Like the city went crazy for Vic, bro. So to know that Vic, like from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Tony Parker posted the damn picture with my man's in the Spurs jersey looking 7.5, right? Like that John was crazy, right? So, you know, he was also watching Tony Parker hooping. He was also watching Tim Duncan and all these other people hooping. And the connection that we have to the city, we have a superstar who shares that same connection to the, you know what I mean? To the organization and everything. And that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's going to end up meaning a lot. Even if Victor comes in today or, you know, a year from now and scores, you know, 5 points and 5 rebounds, I think that having that part of it, right, having that deep connection with the city that way, I think is always going to mean something, right? So, yeah, I don't know. That's really exciting.
character, and he's used to this. This isn't the first time that he's gotten attention. Let's just roll with it and see what it's like.
My man's is way too
People
tall.
hanging on the top of the bus, and we gotta go.
My man's is crazy
They
tall.
know it's gonna happen. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of attention.
He's two people's
Like,
bodies
okay,
tall.
what do we do to get
That don't make
this
no
better?
sense.
So it's really stuff we don't care about. It's basketball first.
With that in mind,
Sandro?
a promising group of youngsters has been pounding the rock.
Yeah, no, okay, so nah. Promising you group of youngsters. We showed Mamu. Mamu gonna be that guy. Mamu gonna be that guy. I genuinely feel that with my whole heart, spirit, and soul. Mamu gonna be that guy. I think he's a great like connector piece. And I think sometimes people use that disrespectfully, like, you know, like he can't hoop for real. He a connector piece. Like, you know what I mean? He a glue piece. But no, I think it's for him, he does a lot of the things that you need somebody on the court who isn't going to be ball dominant to be able to do, right? So he rebounds the basketball. He's like a bigger body, right? You can put some length on somebody, right? He defends I wouldn't say like at an elite level, but he's a defender, right? And he's willing. I think that's 80% of it, right? He can shoot the three, and I think he shoots it pretty consistently. I'd have to bring up like statistics. I'd have to bring up some statistics or whatever, but I think he shoots it pretty consistent. And I think, you know, you put him in the Spurs system. I think the Spurs help people shoot well, not because the shooting coaches are just the greatest in the world, which I think that they're really good, but I don't think that's why people's numbers come up when they come play for the Spurs. I think it's because the Spurs put you in the positions where you do things well, and then that's it, right? Like they don't ask you to do a whole bunch of extra stuff, right? They might ask you like maybe kind of do one or two things that may be a little outside of but other than that, that's it, right? If you shoot well from the left corner, and that's it, you're not getting no shots from the right corner, like point blank period. Like that's you shown that's what you can do, right? Once you've shown that you can do more than that, then we'll give you more than that, right? But I think that that's good for development purposes, right? I don't think that they're going to put too much on Wemby's plate or anybody's plate, right? I think Devin is a good show of that. I think just last year was the first time that they was like, here, take the ball, go do it. All right, they put him in like ISO situations last year sometimes. They put him in like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, here's the ball, go do your little, your little pick and roll thing. He's going to do the side step, get open, and shoot that, For him, it's open because his release is way up here. But, generally contested mid-range shot that he's wetting, or shoot step back three that he's wetting. You know what I mean? So, I think that they slowly but surely gave him his syllabus. You know what I mean? Like, hey, first year, this is your first semester, big dog. We finna tuck you in the corner a little bit. You gonna shoot these threes and go out there play some defense, and then next year we gonna see what we can do type situation. So, I think it's that same type of thing. I think they're not going to put too much on any of these players. But Mamu, for sure, I think it can be one of those guys. That's a real, like that real glue piece. When you say, hey, it's a glue player, that's what they're talking about. I think people try to make Jeremy seem like he's a glue player, and I understand what people say when they mean that, but I think that his ceiling is higher than that, right? I think what his skill set lends itself to is higher than a glue type of player, right? Like I understand the role, right? Like how Draymond is a glue type of player, but I would make the argument that prime Draymond was more than that, right? In the same way that I would make the argument that I think Jeremy ultimately would end up being more than that, right? But anyways, I think Mamu's gonna be solid. I think a lot of these guys that we have are like sneaky good, right? They can really, really do a few things really well, and then are at least solid at a lot of other things. And so I think the roster is really deep. I'm excited.
Away from the cameras and outside noise.
They have been physical, they've demanded of each other, they've been consistent, and that attitude has really been infectious for everybody.
We've been in the gym.
Boy.
Sometimes the whole team was here.
Are we ready to work? We've been working all summer. We've been going hard for more than half the summer, so.
They got that fire inside.
Oh, that was Blake.
Everyone is giving 100%, even in practice. So.
Shout out Blake, BT Dubs. Shout out Blake, BT Dubs. I see him with the fresh fade. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. I think the if you watched the scrimmage game at all, he was in there for a while, and I'm excited about Blake Wesley. I think that kind of not in the mold of DeJounte really, but more so development wise. They're kind of similar as far as like raw, really, really athletic guards who came into the league. That kind of like point guard, shooting guard mix type of thing that came in the league. Really wanting to kind of be score first, but also is developing the passing skill and things like that. Turnover prone at first, and then had to kind of take that down, like that type of thing. I think that Blake, I'm starting to see what they had to do with DeJounte. I feel like was like rein him all the way in, like take off all the flashy shit you used to do, all the fucking all the dribble real high and all that, like take all that back, and then we're gonna like I said, give you a little bit at a time, right? This your first year, this your syllabus. You come up, dribble right into the middle of the floor. We're gonna set a pick for you, right? You're gonna, read off of the pick, pass it. You got two reads. You can either pass it here or, what I'm saying? If you got the lane, go to the lane, like type of thing, right? If you have the floater, go to the floater, like that type of thing. I think that we're having to do the same type of thing for Blake Wesley. I think his whole life he's been dumb athletic, right? Like way more athletic than whoever it is that he's playing. And then he got to the NBA where there's also players that are, you know, like everybody is damn near, you know, the most athletic person out. And so that takes a little bit of a adjustment, right? I think he's used to kind of being able to, you know, go into traffic or body somebody, go into the lane or whatever. And he was more athletic than that person. So he could get up or he could, you know, get the ball off or whatever beforehand. I think he's having kind of, or has had a little bit of an issue with like blocks, getting blocked, you know, getting into the lane and stuff like that when he gets to the hole. And I think it's because like, no, they can jump with you. Like they fast like you too. Like they, you know what I'm saying? And so the timing is a little weird, that type of thing. I think I'm starting to see him slow down, which is all we ever really needed from Blake. Like, and I think that's with all the speedster guys, right? That's the Russell Westbrooks of the world and the John Morants of the world and stuff like that. I think you just they have to learn the art of like start and stop, right? They have to learn the art of like pacing and then burst, right? That type of thing, right? There's a right way, there's a right time to go 100%. I think Derrick Rose was fire. Derrick Rose was so fire at that, right? The being able to, you know, pace it, and then zoom, and there's nothing you doing to that at all. He in the air finna yam on you before you ever even, you know. So yeah, man, I'm excited for Blake, bro. I'm excited for a lot of these guys, bro.
I'm sure everyone is ready to make sacrifices and just do whatever it takes.
Jeremy with the three.
I'm really, really confident.
And now that the summer of hard work is over, a new era officially begins.
I'm excited. I feel like my teammates are excited and we're ready to, stir some things up.
Keldon's my guy.
We definitely
On Mamas.
We know we're gonna make something original, something special.
I know y'all didn't. I'm sure y'all didn't. But I rocked with the blonde, with the, you know, the Jeremy blonde with the patches in it. I rocked with it. I don't know. It seemed like I was by myself with that. I went on Twitter. I went on all types of stuff. They was talking about it crazy on TikTok. I was like, on TikTok? Like, what y'all? Why y'all mad? Like, what do y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely rocked with it. You know what I'm saying? I thought the light skin with the blonde hair was like an accepted thing in the culture. I thought we was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, we're cool with that. But I guess not. I don't prefer this though. I'm gonna be straight up with you. And I think it's because of the Widow's Peak. I think just because the Widow's Peak kind of messed with the edge up for me. But if Wemby end up growing his hair, right, like some braids, dreads type of, you know what I'm saying, type of thing or whatever. Wemby with some dreads would trip me out. But some braids, some like just longer hair in general, you know what I'm saying? I could see it. Just on some like superstar vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like on some like, you know, I'm Wemby, you know what I mean, type thing or whatever. But I digress, you know what I'm saying? I guess this is kind of giving alien extraterrestrial vibe more than some braids would or whatever. But if that's the case, then the blonde would have too. Like that felt very whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Facts. That was the perfect place to stop. Hey. Shout out my guy Tom. Just off that 2 minutes and 16 seconds? Just off of 2 minutes and 16 seconds. The joint was fire. Which is why that clip before it was like 2 minutes 20. That shit was fire. So no, I'm definitely finna go, you know, watch the rest of this clip or whatever. The rest of this video or whatever. I think it's gonna be really dope. I think it's kind of more so focusing on like training camp and stuff like that, which is dope. The fact that y'all have an hour's worth of content about training camp is insane, but I already know it's gonna be dope as hell and in depth and quirky in the best ways and stuff like that too. So I'm excited, man. Shout out Tom, shout out Kens 5, shout out Wemby. I'm super excited. I think the game starts at 7 today, so I'm gonna be in there. Hopefully everybody's playing. Hopefully everybody plays well on both teams. I'd love to see you know, SGA and Giddy. Those are players I really enjoy, and a lot of those guys over there. So yeah, I love you guys. Y'all be good. I will see y'all a little bit later. Can y'all please hit the algorithm buttons for your boy? Like and subscribe. Yeah, man. I think that's it. Yeah, y'all be good. I'll see y'all later.